Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope." This verse is a radiant beacon of light for anyone feeling lost, discouraged, or deeply uncertain about what the future holds. To truly feel the warmth of this promise, we have to transport ourselves back to its original audience. These words were written by the prophet Jeremiah to the people of Israel who were living in exile. They were captives in Babylon, forcibly removed from their homes, their temple destroyed, their lives completely upended. They felt defeated, forgotten, and likely abandoned by the very God who had promised to be their protector. It was into this profound darkness, this national despair, that God spoke this incredible and intimate promise. He wanted them to know that their current painful reality was not the end of their story. God begins with a personal assurance, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you." This is astonishing. The Creator of the cosmos is not distant, disengaged, or ambivalent toward us. He is actively, presently, and personally thinking about you. His mind is occupied with your life. So what is the nature of these divine thoughts? He tells us explicitly, thoughts of peace and not of evil. As Pastor Rick Warren often highlights in his teachings, the Hebrew word used here for peace is shalom. This word means so much more than just the absence of conflict or trouble. Shalom signifies a state of complete wholeness, wellness, security, prosperity, and total flourishing. God's fundamental, unwavering intention for you is your ultimate well-being. He is for you, not against you. The verse then reveals the ultimate goal of God's plans for His people, to give you a future and a hope. In their context, this was a promise of a future restoration to their land and a hope that their nation would not cease to exist. For us today, this is the bedrock of our confidence. It's not a guarantee of a life free of struggle, a life without pain or difficulty. Instead, it is a divine guarantee that the struggle doesn't have the final say. It's the promise that God is weaving all things, even the difficult and painful seasons of exile in our own lives, into a future that is ultimately good and filled with unshakable hope, because it is a future held securely in His hands. This verse teaches us one of the most vital lessons of faith, to trust God's character even when we cannot trace His plan. His intentions toward His children are always for shalom, always for hope, and always for a good future. Your personal story, no matter what it looks like today, is in the hands of a loving and masterful author who has already written a beautiful and triumphant ending. Our hearts are filled with overwhelming gratitude, Lord, for the intimate knowledge that your thoughts toward us are of peace and not of evil. We thank you for being a God who plans for our welfare and our ultimate good, not for our harm. We rest in the beautiful, unshakable assurance that you hold our future and that you promise us a living hope that can withstand any season of exile or despair.